Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners, just like you, make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 229, and I'm so thankful that you are here today because we're talking about overthinking. So many of you overthink all of the decisions in your business. Most of you know that you're doing this, right? I mean, a lot of you tell me, a lot of my clients, grow getters, are like, I'm overthinking everything. And I'm like, yeah. And I say this about a lot of things too in my life. So don't worry. No one is exempt from this. But I do think some of you suffer it more than others. Today, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about the positives and negatives of it. Yeah, there are actually some positives of it, but we're going to talk about that. But we're going to talk about tools that you can use to get moving and actually make decisions. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you are in the idea stage, maybe you're starting your business right now, you're about to open, or maybe you've been open and you're looking to grow and you want tools and tips to do that. Well, I know that this podcast is going to help you. So in order for you not to miss out on any episodes, you need to make sure right now, if you're in Apple Podcasts, for example, to go up to the plus sign or the follow so that you get notified when there's new episodes that I drop, so you don't miss out on any of this valuable information that I know. I seriously, I know that it's going to help you, okay? And I don't want you to miss out. So make sure you hit the plus or follow so that you subscribe. If you're in Spotify or any other player, you can subscribe as well. If you're new, also know that I have some party favors for you. Did you know that I give away party favors? I do. I'm so happy to have you. First of all, you have to know about our community. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. If you scroll down right now in the show notes, you'll see like the link to our free Facebook group. Click that. It'll take you to Facebook. You'll fill out 3 questions real quick. And then you get put into like a little holding pattern until I see it. And then I'll approve you so you can be in the group. I'll be so excited to have you because we have such a great group of ladies in there, y'all. Everyone is so supportive, so kind, rooting each other on, giving each other help and feedback when you need it. Make sure you ask those questions that maybe you've been embarrassed to ask, or maybe you've had no resource. Maybe you don't have a mentor or a coach in your life or anyone that can really help you with building your business. I know so many of y'all tell me that there's no one in your life really that's been an entrepreneur, a business owner. Well, listen up. You've now found your people. We are here and we'd love to support you. So make sure you get in the group. I also have some other free printables and downloads for you, like checklists to help you if you're starting your business, all that good stuff. If you're in the idea stage, I've got a guide for you on that. So y'all check it out. And if you're in the growth stage, I actually have a secret podcast. It's called Consistent Sales Made Simple. It may not be around much longer, hint, hint. So if you want to get your ears on it now so you can get the whole system for how to get consistent sales in your new business, make sure you click down below to get access to that now before it goes away. In addition, I want to thank all of my loyal listeners. Y'all are so amazing. I appreciate the reviews, kind words, emails, DMs. I get it all. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart because I show up each week because I've had a vision in my soul to help people like you. And I know this is how you feel with your business. Like you're like, I know the people that I want to help. And so I'm following that for myself. My whole mission is to help you gain the courage and the skills to do it for yourself as well, because there's people that you can impact right now, whether it be in your local community or around the world. So anyways, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for everything. And if you know somebody that is starting a business, make sure you share this podcast with them. There's share buttons on the apps where you can share the whole podcast. You can share an episode. Make sure they know about it, because the more people that know about it, then I can help more people. And that's my whole goal, just like it is for you. So that's it. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How's your day? How's everything going? How is your business? I need the scoop. What do they say now? All the young people spill the tea. I may be a little old for all of these younger, colloquialisms? Is that the right word? I don't know. They're vernacular. They're slang terms. They're urban dictionary. All of it. You know, sometimes do you feel like you're too old to be saying certain things?
I saw some funny, in fact, it was yesterday. It was like a funny, I don't know if it was a meme. It was more like a video. And a guy was talking about all of the funny sayings from the 90s. Now, I was born in the early 70s, but in the early 90s, I was in college and all the terms, I just was cracking up like everything in a bag of chips. Like we said that. And we'd say, dang. And it just had all these hilarious words that were exactly what we said during that time. And I can't even imagine if I'd heard my mom saying them too. And see, now I'm the mom. So maybe I shouldn't be saying some of today's terms. Anyways, I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about overthinking everything. I feel like I should start a group called Overthinkers Anonymous for new business owners. Like maybe I should have its own Facebook group, Overthinkers Anonymous for new business owners, because I feel like this is so common and y'all need support. And believe me, I've been in the position where I overthink things too. So don't worry. I'm trying to think the problems that I've had in my business that are overthinking. There's a lot of things that I'm really good at making decisions at. And there's certain things that I've had drama about. I've had pricing drama. I've told y'all that, especially in the beginning. I had total pricing drama. I do think now more, it's not that I have pricing drama and overthinking it. It's more like, what strategy am I going to take? And so I'll kind of go back and forth on the strategy. So maybe you could say that's overthinking as well. But I really see it with all of you in the beginning. Because maybe you've never been in business before. Maybe you've got a full-time job, you've got kids, you've got other commitments, and you're trying to like do this, but you're overthinking like, should I do it? Should I not do it? What should I invest in? What should I not invest in? Should I get coaching? Should I not get coaching? Should I buy this course? Should I not buy a course? Should I get the software? Should I not? I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Okay. Today, I'm going to give you some tools because I want you to be able to help yourself. I want to equip you with the tools that I've used that have helped me. Because people often ask me, wow, how did you get moving so fast? How did you do this? How did you get this going? And y'all all know my like flag that I'm flying is imperfect action. That's my flag. Like I think everybody has to take imperfect action to make it happen. I didn't realize that had been one of the things that was really made successful until a couple of years ago. On this podcast, I had an epiphany. I was like on a walk. I was like, what has like done it? It's because I'm able to just like a lot of times, okay, I'm not all the time, please don't say this, but in my businesses, for the most part, have been able to take imperfect action to get it going, okay? Again, I have my own problems, okay? I'm not saying by any means that I'm perfect, but I think it resonates with a lot of people like you because for some reason, the majority of new business owners are overthinkers. And so it's kind of funny. But y'all have come to me because you've seen maybe how I've been able to just move along and things are not perfect and be okay with it. And something in your soul is like, I need that in my life. I need that because I need to stop overthinking everything. So today, let's talk about it. Let's sort through the positives and the negatives so that you can become a new person after this episode. I'd love that. I would love by the end of this episode, you to feel refreshed and you go on with your day and you realize you have a whole new approach to how you make decisions. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the positives of being an overthinker. Y'all, I actually think there's a lot of benefits to being an overthinker. My husband is an overthinker. Actually, he's gotten way better. So I'm going to give him a lot of kudos. And I don't know why I actually do know why. Because a lot of the decisions nowadays are not like for death. Like there's massively good return policies. There's always an out. And I always say when you're making big decisions that God always gives you that gut feeling. And you kind of know. And he also gives you an out. Even with my teenagers, I say that. God gives you an out. You're ultimately going to make your best decision, but God always gives you an out. And I think when we realize that we don't make bad choices, but we're not talking about bad choices right now. We're talking about making choices that will help you move forward in your business. Okay. So the positives. For those of you that overthink things, it's number one, because you don't want to settle for second best. You want great things. You want things to be great. You want things to go well. You want things to be smooth sailing when you make the decision. You want it to be the right decision. You don't want to have buyer's remorse because you loathe buyer's remorse. You loathe it. You really do. And I'm only saying this because I've seen this with my husband firsthand and now my youngest child. Ava. She overthinks a lot of things. And y'all know that I've talked about this, and she knows she does too. So I'm not talking about her behind her back. She knows I would never say anything on here that is behind anyone's back. So no one think that. But she does. She knows she overthinks things, and she's like, I don't know why I do this, And I'm like, it's okay. It's just the way your brain is wired. And my husband, as I said, is so much better now, mainly because of the return policy situation, because I would see him have angst so badly over making purchases. And I'm like, dude, there's a return policy. And once he started actually utilizing a return policy, he never abuses it. But like when he got something and he realized, you know what, this isn't the one that I wanted. And when he was able to return it, I think he started seeing it made sense to him. Like, oh wait, this isn't life or death. I didn't have to overthink this. I think Amazon has helped all of us to not overthink things because we can look at reviews, we can get it pretty quick. There is a return policy. Now, who knows if they will keep the return policies? I keep wondering, y'all, at what point are they going to be charging us for returns? Like, this has got to be out of control because I do return stuff. Like, I'll get stuff and I'll be like, you know what? I actually didn't need that. I rarely return something that I've used unless it's a piece of crud and it like breaks or falls apart or doesn't wash well or whatever. But I don't abuse it. I don't abuse it on purpose. Costco is so liberal with their return policy, and I love it, and it makes me so happy. I buy everything there, from TVs to tires to makeup to we've gotten coats and sweatshirts, and then, of course, all the yummy food, right? Anyways, I think that helps. Would you agree, if you're a chronic overthinker, have the return policies helped you in any way? I'm just curious. But anyways, my point is there's some actually really good positives that you want to make the best decision. It's just like when you get married, though, that one's a tough decision because that's a huge one and it has huge consequences if it's the wrong one. I remember after we got engaged, my fiance at the time, who's now my husband of 28 years, I could tell he was getting a little nervous. And one of his single friends was like, dude, you're actually going to get married this young. He was like 27 and I was 24. You're really going to do this? Are you sure? That planted a seed in his head of like, holy cow, is this the right decision? And I was like, really? If you don't really think this is the right decision, then I am out of here. Neither of us know 100% this is the right decision, but we're trying to make the best decision that we can right now. So my point is, he was trying to make the best decision, which I agree. I think it is a wise way to approach things, that you don't want to settle at all. You want things to be the best that they can be. I've also found, I don't think this is across the board, but a lot of the people that want to have the best, a lot of times they're very competitive people. They're very competitive. My daughter is extremely competitive. You would not know it. She looks like a little librarian. And I always joke because y'all know she's a dancer. She used to wear glasses. Now she has contacts, but she looks like this sweet, demure, like little librarian. And she gets on stage and dance and she turns into J-Lo. She literally turns into J-Lo. I'm not even kidding. Without all of the maybe rated R moves. I don't know what else to call it. She's not like that. But she can dance. She's a hip hopper. She's really good at hip hop. Anyways, she's competitive. My husband is competitive. Of the family members, my husband and my daughter are the most competitive. I find it interesting. They're the ones who overthink everything. They want to be the best. They want things to go well. They don't necessarily have to be a person that's overtly competitive. I think people in your life that are overtly competitive and the people that are like closet competitors, and that would be my daughter. You literally would have no idea that she's so competitive and wants to not lose. Okay. She wants to not lose. They both want to not lose more than they even want to win. So is this speaking to any of you? Is this making sense? Okay. Now, again, I'm not making a blanket statement. I don't think it's everybody, but I think that y'all want to be the best that you can be. And I love that. I think it's admirable. I think it's awesome. I think it makes people very successful. And I would dare to say the people that do overthink things and want the best, I've read some studies as well that they actually make in their lifetime 20% more than everyone else. And I thought, wow, it's because they are always striving to get the best, get the most, make the best of the situation and, maximize it, right? Leverage things. And so I get that. I think it's super admirable. I think you are successful, awesome people that overthink things. Okay. And you want things to be perfect. Many times you want things to be perfect. And I'm speaking again just from my family. My husband and my youngest want everything perfect. They want the house perfect. That's the mentality. Now, is it just because they're genetics and they're like each other and it has nothing to do with overthinking things? Maybe, because some of you may be saying, well, I'm an overthinker, but I don't clean the house or want things organized. So I could be totally wrong, but it's interesting to think about, right? When you think about your situation, I think there's a lot of positives to overthinking things. Okay. But I also, on the flip side, see that there are a bazillion negatives. They are innumerous. Okay. I did some little bit of research online and I was just reading about the negatives and the positives of overthinking, and the amount of negatives that are just thrown at you if you research this and research some of the studies, it's insane. But here's just a list. I'm just going to read you a list of the negatives of overthinking. It actually brings stress and worry. It affects your mood. It prevents progress. We know this. It prevents progress. Brings anxiety. It actually fills your brain with some negativity. And the funny thing is, you may not even be an outwardly negative person, but the overthinking is bringing negative thoughts in your head. It causes you to have buyer's remorse. It really does. Overthinking causes buyer's remorse. In fact, I know I always talk about my family, but here's another instance that this was thrown into my face yet again. So my husband has worked at his tech company for a while now and many years, and had stock in the company that he had been debating whether he wanted to sell at a certain point. And we know that the stock market changes every day. Stock prices change. And he said, I think I'm going to sell this chunk of stock. And I looked at him and I said, if you're going to do it, you have to promise me that when it goes up tomorrow or next week, hi, friends. I just had to jump in here really quick because so many of you have asked me what my credit card recommendations are. And I wanted to share it with you in a great promo that may help you out if you're starting your business or in the growth stage, and especially if you are strapped for cash right now or investing in things in your business. I have used Capital One for the past probably 20 years, I'm guessing, for my businesses and for my home. They have such great rewards and all that stuff, but I have to tell you about this promo that they have going on right now. And that is 15 months interest free. Are you hearing me? If you're trying to invest in things in your business right now, whether you're your website or maybe you're trying to hire someone to help you, whatever it is, y'all, 15 months interest free. Scroll down and click the link below. You also get a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 90 days. Y'all, that's amazing. And they also have a no fee credit card. So you don't have to worry about like some type of annual fee. Also, they have like 3% cash back on certain things that you spend on in the month. So it's a total no-brainer to have 15 months interest free. Just think about that relief of stress that you could experience right now and things that you're trying to spend on, and to know that all you have to do is make a minimum payment each month. You don't have to, like, it's barely a minimum payment. Y'all, you don't have to pay it off for 15 months. It's amazing. Anyway, scroll down in the show notes and get your hands on it, because I'm telling you, you will be so happy and have so much relief. Back to the episode. After you sold it, that you're not going to have buyer's remorse. That you are going, even though you're not a buyer, it's more like seller's remorse. You're not going to have seller's remorse. Like, you are going to be okay with this. That you have made a conscious strategic decision to sell this chunk of stock on this given day, knowing it will be higher at some point. There's no possible way you're going to catch it at the high. And he looked at me and was like, yes. Okay, what happened? The stock went up after he sold it. And I looked at him and I said, David, you knew this. You knew it was going to go up. And he actually handled it really well compared to years past, where he would literally, you could see him stressing out. Okay. Now you're probably going, well, how does this apply to my business, Kimberly? You keep talking about your family. Well, I'm giving you these real life examples because you need to examine that it's not just in your business that maybe you are overthinking things. I challenge you to look deeper into the other things in your life and see if you've been suffering the negative effects. Like, this is a thread that has been going through your life that is now seeping into your business. Anxiety, stress, worry, negativity, buyer's remorse, preventing action, preventing you from completing something that's important to you. These are the negatives, y'all. These are huge. And when I read those same studies that I just quoted you a minute ago that said that a lot of times the people that are highly competitive make a little more money, the downside is they're a lot more stressed out. They're a lot more stressed out than the people who aren't chronic overthinkers. Y'all, this is huge. So you're right. Overthinking can help you make some really good strategic decisions. But at the cost of what? Maybe this is the solution. Number one, pick the things that need to be overthought. I mean, they're getting married. I do think you need to think about that. I don't know for how long, but I do think that that's an important decision. I don't think you should draw it out and just keep dating someone for 20 years going, should we get married? Should we not? I mean, I think that's my opinion. At some point, you're like, either I'm making this decision or I'm not, right? So I just want you to examine your personal life so that when it comes to your business, you can recognize it. Because my whole mission for you to start and build a business is to use your God-given gifts, your innate skills, the things you're good at, your expertise and all that, and weave it into your business. But what we have to watch out for are the negative things that also rear their ugly heads within the everyday life of our business. Okay? Okay. So you've heard the positives. You've heard the negatives. You're probably shaking your head yes on the negatives because you know that that's how overthinking has affected you. Yes, everyone. Okay. How can we get past it? And that's what I want to talk to you about right now. I'm going to give you a solution, and I want you to let this sink in. So whatever you're doing right now, listen up. I'm going to share this sentence with you, and I want you to let it literally soak in to your head. Okay? Here's the sentence. Don't make the right decision. Make the decision right. Let me say it again. Don't make the right decision. Make the decision right. Y'all, this could be life-changing for you. I'm not kidding. I want you to look at maybe a decision that you're trying to make right now in your business. So think about a decision that you're trying to make in your business, whether it be about pricing, your programs, your products, whether you should buy a course, whether you should do coaching with me, whether you should get a tool or an app, whatever it is. I don't even know what you're trying to make the decision on, what type of product or service to focus on in your business. I get that a lot with my clients. They can't decide which direction to go. I want you to look at them, listen to your gut and go, okay, there's one that's really pulling at me. I want to look at that and let's make that decision right and go with it right now. Make it right. Defend it. Why is it the right decision? I think if you have to defend it almost like a court case, like an attorney would do, or someone who's debating, make that case for why that decision is right. And if you go through that process, you're going to be like, you know what? This actually doesn't feel right. No, I can't make this right. I legit can't make this decision right. I think there's your answer. And you can choose the alternative answer, right? You can choose the other direction. But I think a lot of times when you go with your gut and you really delve into this decision and you make it right, defend it with all your might, why this is the right decision, you can go forth and go, you know what? This is what I'm doing. I know the stock may go down tomorrow. I know that some fallout may happen from this. I may miss the other decision, but I know that this is the good one. I know that this is good enough. And as a caveat, you've got to embrace good enough. I know you don't like hearing it because you're a perfectionist. Most likely you want things to be right. And you're like, really? Good enough? That's like my nemesis is good enough. I'm telling you now that if you can't take on this persona right now, you are not going to achieve what you want in your business at the moment. you're not going to make the progress because you're going to dilly down and go back and forth and keep reviewing and keep researching, and keep talking to people and keep going on. And you are not going to make the progress that you need to make right now. And you're going to be very upset with yourself. And you're going to be very sad. I'm laying it straight. You're going to feel like you're a failure. And I don't want that happening to you. I want you to make the decision right. Make it right and let's go. Let's take some action. Let's move forward. Let's build this dream of yours. Okay. How do you feel right now with that information that I just gave you? Let's repeat. Don't make the right decision. Make the decision right. Can you do that for me? Can you try it? Can you maybe just try it on for size today? If something comes up, whether it's in your business or even personal life, and you're like, oh, wait, this is that decision I've been going back and forth on. How can you make the decision right and make it right and go forth? Y'all, I am so excited that you're here. I'm so happy for you. I know that you are going to impact lives, whether it be in small ways or big ways. I'm so honored to be a part of your journey. If you have been wanting to get coaching like this on a regular basis, specifically for your business, and have a community of women around you who are supportive and going through the same things you are and want to help you and guide you to, come join us in Grow Getters. Make sure you check it out. You can go to grow-getters.com, or down below, I have the links to my programs. We would love to have you in. And if you see that it's on the wait list, get your name on the wait list because I do secret opens periodically and you can jump in with us. We would love to have you. I would love to support you and get you to the next goal in your business. I know you can get this thing growing. I know you can start making money doing what you love. And I know you can start impacting lives. That's it. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.